Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into one of Jesus' thought-provoking parables found in the book of Luke, chapter 11, verses 5 through 8. This is the parable of the unwelcome friend. It's a story that teaches us about the power of persistence in prayer and the importance of community support. This parable illustrates the importance of persistence. Even when it seems inconvenient or we're met with resistance, persistence in our prayers and actions can lead to fruitful outcomes. Jesus encourages us to approach God with the same audacity, knowing that our persistence will not go unnoticed. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. We have more enriching content coming your way, and we wouldn't want you to miss it. Let's to the video.
The parable of the persistent friend. It was a quiet night in a small village in Galilee when Samuel, a local merchant, was at home enjoying the peace after a busy day at the market. The full moon illuminated the stone streets, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves of the trees softly. Samuel was about to go to bed when he heard a persistent knock at the door. Who could it be at this hour, he thought. He got up slowly, trying not to wake his wife and children who were already asleep. When he opened the door, he saw his closest friend, Elias, with a desperate look on his face. "Samuel, I need your help," Elias said, unable to hide the urgency in his voice. Samuel looked at Elias, surprised. "What happened, Elias? Why are you here at this hour?" "A friend of mine arrived unexpectedly from a journey, and I have nothing to offer him," Elias explained. "I need 3 loaves of bread. Please, lend me some bread." Samuel furrowed his brow and scratched his head. He was tired and just wanted to go back to bed. "Elias, we're all asleep already. The children are in bed with me. I can't get up now and give you bread," Samuel replied with a sigh. Elias, however, was not deterred by the initial refusal. He knew that to properly host his traveling friend, he needed bread, and Samuel was his only hope. "Please, Samuel, I insist. It's an emergency. I would be eternally grateful if you could help me tonight. I promise I'll repay you." Samuel looked at Elias's pleading face and sighed again. Despite the inconvenience, he knew Elias was a good friend and that he himself had been helped by Elias in difficult times. Finally, reluctant but understanding, he nodded. "Wait here, I'll get the bread," Samuel said, disappearing into the house. He went to the kitchen, opened the cupboard where he kept the food, and took out 3 fresh loaves of bread he had bought at the market that same day. He returned to the door and handed the bread to Elias, who looked visibly relieved. "Thank you, Samuel. You have no idea how much this means to me," Elias said, gratitude shining in his eyes. "No problem, Elias. Just don't wake anyone else up with this commotion," Samuel replied with a tired smile. Elias thanked him again and hurried back to his house, where his traveling friend was waiting. He prepared a simple but satisfying meal, and the two sat down to eat and share stories from the road. Meanwhile, Samuel returned to his bed, reflecting on what had happened. He remembered the words of Jesus, who had once told this same story to teach about persistence in prayer. Jesus had said, "Suppose one of you has a friend, and he goes to him at midnight and says, 'Friend, lend me 3 loaves of bread, because a friend of mine on a journey has come to me, and I have nothing to set before him.' Then the one inside answers, 'Don't bother me. The door is already locked, and my children are with me in bed. I can't get up and give you anything.' I tell you, even though he will not get up and give him the bread because he is his friend, yet because of the man's boldness he will get up and give him as much as he needs." Samuel smiled to himself as he remembered these words. He understood that persistence and determination can lead to achieving what is necessary, even if the situation initially seems impossible. Moreover, he realized that sometimes, help comes not just from friendship, but from genuine need and insistence. In the following days, Elias made sure to repay Samuel's kindness. He brought fresh bread and some gifts as a token of gratitude, further strengthening their friendship. Both began to value even more the importance of being present and available for each other, regardless of the circumstances. Stories of Elias's persistence and Samuel's generosity spread throughout the village. People began to understand the lesson behind the parable told by Jesus. Persistence in prayer and trust that God would hear their pleas became a profound and practical teaching in everyone's life. As time passed, Samuel and Elias continued to be close friends, helping each other in times of need and celebrating moments of joy together. The parable of the persistent friend became a constant reminder that, just like a friend who persistently knocks on the door, we must be persistent in our prayers and in our search for divine help. And above all, remember that true friendship is manifested in the willingness to help, even when it is not convenient. Reflection on the parable. The parable of the persistent friend, told by Jesus, not only illustrates the importance of persistence but also highlights the depth of compassion and human kindness. Samuel, though reluctant at first, responded to Elias's request because he recognized his friend's genuine need. Like Samuel, we should be ready to help our friends and family, even if it requires sacrifice and effort. Furthermore, this story teaches us that persistence in prayer is essential. Jesus used this parable to show that we should continue seeking, knocking, and asking God, trusting that He will hear and respond to our pleas. Faith and perseverance are fundamental in the life of a believer. Therefore, the parable of the persistent friend is a powerful lesson on friendship, generosity, and unwavering faith. It reminds us that in our spiritual journey and daily interactions, we must be willing to persist, help, and trust, knowing that these actions reflect God's love and grace in our lives.
In our own lives, we might face situations where we feel like giving up. Whether it's in our prayers, our relationships, or our goals, remember this parable. Keep knocking, keep asking, and keep seeking. God is listening, and our persistence matters. If you found this video helpful and inspiring, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family on social media. Your support helps us reach more people with these important messages from the Bible. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for joining us today. May you be blessed with the wisdom and guidance of God's Word. Until next time, keep the faith and stay persistent. Bye.